A client sent me a Voxer recently asking me, how do you know if an emotionally unavailable man will change? Do emotionally unavailable men change? I gave her the answer and now I want to give it to you. Now, emotional availability is a topic that I talk a lot about on this channel, a lot with clients and a lot with women who come to me. I've done a background video on this type of guy in the description below. So if you don't know anything about this topic, hit that video in the description. What I'm talking about today is, will he change? Do emotionally unavailable guys change? Now, before I answer that question, the first and most important thing to understand about emotional availability is this. It comes in two distinct parts. There's the you part, and then there's the part that has absolutely nothing to do with you. For example, if a man is in a relationship, he is emotionally unavailable. That has nothing to do with you. You wouldn't take that personally. You can't date that guy, he's emotionally unavailable, and you wouldn't take it personally. Many women forget that there are single men, lots of single men, who are just as emotionally unavailable for reasons that have nothing to do with them. This is really important. It can be temporary things or it can be longer term things. For example, the guy could have just gotten out of a long-term relationship a week ago. That has nothing to do with you. He's just emotionally unavailable. You could have been on a great date with that guy, a fantastic date, and then his long-term ex that he loved, that broke his heart, that he always wanted back, called him the day after. No matter how good your date was, you're losing to that woman. He is emotionally unavailable. He could have just lost his job and be in a bad position in life. Emotionally unavailable, nothing to do with you. And then there's longer term reasons. He could have been badly burned in his last relationship. He could have a deep-seated fear of intimacy. He could just feel that he's not good enough. There's a whole bunch of reasons that single men have baseline emotional unavailability that has absolutely nothing to do with you. Now, after you get this baseline emotional availability of a guy, then there's the you part that comes in, and this is determined by how much the guy likes you and how much the guy feels about you. For example, if a guy is emotionally open to a relationship with the right woman, and then he, say, doesn't commit to you but ends up committing to another woman in a week's time, in a few weeks' time, then for whatever reason, he felt that woman was a better match. He was emotionally available, he just felt like he didn't click enough with you. You do have some effect over a guy's emotional availability. Think of it like his baseline is somewhere along that continuum, and then the you part comes in as the little needle that adjusts it. Every guy will have a baseline along this continuum, and only if that baseline is in the right place and then the you factors come in on top, will that guy commit. That's why you can't believe that any guy that likes you enough will want to commit to a relationship with you. If his baseline is at that emotionally unavailable end of the spectrum, he will not commit to you, and it has nothing to do with you. You're not necessarily going to know why he's not committing, you'll just feel it from him, and you've got to remember that a lot of the time it is his baseline and it does have nothing to do with you. Okay, so let's answer the question at the beginning of the video. Let's say the guy likes you, the needle is in the right place, but the stuff that has nothing to do with you is not. The baseline is not. Will that guy change? Maybe. Does it matter? No. You can't sit around waiting for an emotionally unavailable man to change. You could be there 6 weeks, 6 months, or 6 decades. If you date these men exclusively, hoping that their baseline will shift, you could be dating them forever in an emotionally unavailable relationship. You can't bank yourself on what a man might be on the future. You can't date his potential. You have to date him as he is now. It's not to say that maybe in the future, if he's more emotionally available and you're both single, that something couldn't happen. You just can't put your eggs figuratively and literally in that basket. You've got to date other men. You can't see him exclusively. What matters is a man's emotional availability now. This isn't to say that you're going to drop a guy just because he doesn't instantly want a relationship with you. A high value guy who's in the middle of that emotional spectrum, who's not desperate for a relationship, but who is open to one, he's still going to want to weigh up the women that he meets. Okay, he's still going to want to weigh you up. He's going to want to see where that needle hits, and he's going to want to make sure that he likes you enough to commit to you, because he's not desperate, just as you are not. The important thing is, though, that you'll see that progression with that guy. And even if he doesn't want a relationship straight away, you'll see things building over time, over the months. If the guy is showing signs of emotional unavailability, if there's no progression, or worse, if he flat out tells you he's emotionally unavailable, believe him. Date other men, don't put all your eggs in that basket, and make sure that you are never dating a man's potential, but you're dating him right as he is right now. Well, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions. Put them all in the space below. Don't forget to download the guide as well. 10 male dating personalities that lead to heartbreak. It's really important that you understand about these men, so make sure you get that guide. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell so you get the notifications and the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.
You always make me blush.